Every morning, before the light fully touched the sky, a small girl quietly stepped out of the broken old building she called home. Her name was Lily, only 6 years old, but her heart carried the burden of someone far older. She stood at the doorway for a moment, looking back into the dim room. "Mommy, I'm going out now," she whispered. Her mother, Emma, lay on a thin mat in the corner. Her breathing was slow. Her face looked tired, far older than her age. Kidney failure had drained her strength, her hope, almost her life. Emma slowly lifted her eyelids. "Please, be careful. Come home early," she whispered in a weak voice. Lily nodded. "I will, Mummy." She touched her mother's hand gently, holding it for a few seconds before stepping outside. Her clothes were old, her shoes were torn, but nothing hurt more than seeing her mother like that every day. As Lily walked onto the dusty road, she whispered to herself, "I must find something today. Mummy must eat no matter what." Her stomach was empty, but she was used to that feeling. Some days she ate once, some days not at all, but Emma needed strength. Lily had to try. Years ago, Emma's life was not like this. She once owned a provision shop. She sold rice, milk, bread, raw food, little things that kept her going. She used to laugh easily and joke with her customers. She had dreams, but then along the way, she met a man named Ethan and fell in love with him. Ethan was gentle and brilliant. He dreamed of traveling out to study and returning as a better man. When he finally got an opportunity, he had no money to process anything. Emma did something she thought she would never regret. She used almost all her savings to support him. "Go," she told him. "Don't worry, I believe in you. I will come back for you," he always replied. "I promise." But after he traveled, everything changed. At first, they spoke every day. Then the messages reduced. Then they stopped completely. Emma tried calling again and again. No answer, and no message ever came. She waited every day just to see Ethan's calls or messages, but they never came. Then one day she felt weak. She couldn't move, so she rushed to the hospital. The doctor came out and said, "Ma, congratulations." Emma was shocked. "Congratulations? For what, doctor?" she asked, her voice shaking. "You are pregnant," the doctor replied. It was as if Emma's whole world collapsed. "Pregnant? How is that even possible?" she whispered. Sitting on a hospital bench, holding the test result, she whispered, "Pregnant? How will I raise this child alone?" Her shop wasn't doing well lately, and Ethan hadn't called, so how could she alone take care of this baby? Still, she made a decision that she was going to keep the child. Months later, she gave birth to a beautiful girl with soft brown eyes, Lily. Life was hard, but they survived day by day, until one afternoon Emma collapsed in her shop. She was rushed to the hospital, and the doctor told her she had kidney failure. That was the beginning of her suffering. Dialysis swallowed all her savings. She sold her freezer, her furniture one after the other. She sold everything she owned. She couldn't afford rent. She couldn't afford school fees. She couldn't afford feeding. She and Lily were pushed out from a place they once called home. She had nowhere to go, no family to call, no husband, no help, and just like that, she found an unfinished building with no proper roof and made it a home for her and her little daughter. Day by day, Emma's body grew weaker. She couldn't do anything, and Lily's shoulders grew heavier. A 6-year-old girl became the provider of the house. That morning, Lily walked along the dusty road, one hand on her tiny, hungry stomach. She approached different people. She saw a woman with a handbag. "Please, ma'am, do you have something small? I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday," she said softly. The woman didn't stop walking. "I don't have," she said, waving her away. Lily swallowed her tears. She tried a man buying roasted corn. "Sir, please, anything I can eat?" The man barely looked at her. No, don't disturb me. Go away." She tried again, and again. Some ignored her, some frowned, some looked at her like she was a thief. Many walked past as if she didn't exist. Lily whispered to herself, "Don't cry. Mommy is waiting." After some minutes under the hot sun, she noticed a small wooden food shop. It wasn't big or fancy, but the smell from the pot outside made her stomach twist. She walked closer slowly, afraid someone might shout at her, and sat on a simple wooden bench. She didn't beg, she didn't talk, she only watched the pot. Inside the shop, a young woman named Sarah moved quickly between tables. She was 25, working alone, cooking alone, worrying alone. Her rent was high, her income was small. She wanted to go back to school but had nobody to help her. Still, she told herself, "Don't give up, Sarah. One day things will get better." When she stepped outside with a bowl of soapy water, she saw a thin girl on the bench, old dress, dusty shoes, loose hair, sad eyes. Sarah paused. Who is this little girl? She whispered. She walked closer and bent slightly to meet her eyes. Hello, sweetheart, she said gently. What's your name? The girl looked up slowly. Lily, she whispered. Lily, why are you sitting here all alone? Are you waiting for someone? Lily shook her head and looked down. No, I'm hungry, Ma. Those words hit Sarah like a stone. Without asking more questions, she quickly went inside, scooped warm food into a clean plate and brought it out. Here, my dear, eat. But Lily didn't touch the food. Ma'am, please, do you have a takeaway pack? She whispered. A takeaway? Why? Sarah asked softly. Lily held the plate tightly. I want to take it home. Mummy is sick. She hasn't eaten. Sarah's heart squeezed. I'll pack it for you, she said gently. She tied the warm food inside a nylon and handed it to Lily as if she was placing a gift into her hands. Hold it carefully. Go straight home. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lily whispered, her voice shaking. Then she ran. She squeezed herself through the broken doorway of the abandoned building. Mummy, I'm back. I brought food, she whispered. Emma slowly opened her tired eyes. You're home early, she said weakly. Lily carefully opened the nylon on the floor. I got food, Mummy. A kind lady gave me. She washed their only plate with the little water they had. Her small hands shook, careful not to waste a drop. Water was precious. Food was precious. She served some food and knelt beside Emma. Mummy, please eat. Emma stared at the food like she hadn't seen a real meal in ages. Her hands shook when she tried to lift the spoon. She couldn't. It's okay, Mummy. I'll feed you, Lily said softly. She lifted a small spoonful, blew it, and brought it to her mother's lips. Emma tasted it, and tears filled her eyes. My child, where did you get this? Who helped you? A nice lady, Lily said. She saw me. She asked my name. She gave me food, and she didn't shout at me. Emma's tears rolled down her cheeks. May blessings find that woman, she whispered. May her life be filled with light. Lily fed her until she'd had enough, then gave her water and gently wiped her lips. When her mother rested, Lily went to a corner of the room with the remaining food. She sat on the bare floor, eating slowly so it wouldn't finish too fast. She missed school, she missed playing, but she kept quiet. Emma watched her with guilt. Her little girl was living like an adult, but Lily had grown used to it, and all she wanted was her mother to get better. That night, Sarah lay on her bed, hugging her pillow and staring at the ceiling. What kind of life is she living? She wondered. Why is that child taking care of her mother? Her own worries, rent, small income, school dreams felt small beside Lily's pain. Her heart whispered only one thing. You must help them. Tomorrow, she said quietly. I'll visit them tomorrow. 2 days later, after the morning rush, she closed her shop early, packed food, fruits and bread, and waited outside. Soon, Lily appeared, walking with lighter steps. Lily, she called softly. Are you ready to take me to your home? Sarah asked. Lily nodded and held her hand. They walked through narrow paths until Lily pointed at a broken building with no proper roof and a wooden board for a door. You live here? Sarah whispered. Lily nodded and pushed the board aside. The room was dim and quiet. On a worn-out mat lay Emma. Good afternoon, Emma whispered. Sarah knelt. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your daughter is strong and precious. I came to greet you. I wish I could stand to welcome you, Emma said weakly. You don't need to. Just rest, Sarah replied. She handed over the bag of food and fruits. Emma's eyes filled. No one has visited me in months, she whispered. Thank you for seeing us. Sarah held her hand. You are not alone, she said quietly. As long as I am alive, Lily will not walk the streets begging again. Emma covered her mouth as tears fell. Lily hugged her. Sarah realized this was no longer about food. This was now family. Far away, in a quiet private jet, a man sat staring out of the window with empty eyes. His name was Ethan. Everything around him was expensive leather seats, soft lights, but nothing brought him peace. He closed his eyes and whispered, Emma. Years ago, when he traveled abroad, he had nothing. No family support, no money. Only one person believed in him, Emma. She used her savings to help him travel. But then one night, he was attacked. His phone and documents were stolen. He lost all contacts. No numbers. No way to reach her. He tried finding her again and again. Nothing. Years moved on. He became successful, a co-founder of a big company. But his heart remained empty. I'm going back, he decided. I will search for her with everything I have. When he landed, he drove straight to the old neighborhood where she once stayed. An elderly woman there remembered him. After you left, Emma became pregnant, she said sadly. Life became hard. She fell sick. She lost her shop. One day she left with her little girl. Nobody knows where she went. Ethan felt like the ground moved under him. Pregnant. She had my child, he whispered. He walked back to his car slowly. He was not just searching for a woman anymore. He was searching for his family. That night, he couldn't sit still in his mansion. How many people are suffering like Emma? He asked himself. How many mothers? How many children? If I can't find her yet, he decided, I will help people like her. He asked his driver to look for poor hospitals and struggling areas. The next morning, a convoy of SUVs drove into a rough settlement, broken houses, tired faces, quiet suffering. One day, Ethan wanted to eat, but he wasn't finding where he could eat a proper meal. Sir, there is no big restaurant here, the driver murmured. Ethan's stomach growled. He looked around and saw a tiny food shop with smoke coming from a pot outside. Stop here, he said. The cars stopped. People stared in confusion. Ethan stepped out, and then he saw her. A small girl was washing plates beside the shop. Thin arms, old clothes, soap water splashing her dress. But she worked carefully, like each plate was important. Something pulled at Ethan's chest. He walked closer. What's your name, sweetheart? He asked gently. The girl hesitated. Lily, she said. He knelt a little. That's a beautiful name. Before he could say more, Sarah came out with a tray and froze. Good afternoon, sir, she greeted softly. Welcome. How may I serve you? Ethan glanced at her, then at Lily. Why is this child not in school? He asked. It's a weekday. Sarah's smile faded. She glanced at Lily. Her mother is very sick, she said quietly. Kidney issues. Lily looks for food for both of them. They live in an abandoned building. Everything went silent inside Ethan. He turned back to Lily. Her face, her soft brown eyes, the shape of her nose. His heart slammed in his chest. Can I meet her mother? He asked, his voice low. Sarah frowned slightly. Sir, I don't let strangers follow Lily home. I need to know your reason. My reason is simple, Ethan said. I want to help. She studied his face and saw something real in his eyes. If your intentions are pure, she said softly, you can come. She held Lily's hand. Ethan signaled his driver. Lead the way. Destiny followed behind them. They walked through broken paths and leaning walls until Sarah stopped. We're here, she said. A broken building, no door, just a board. Lily pushed it aside. Mummy, someone came with us, she called. Ethan stepped inside. The room was dim. On a thin mat lay a weak woman, hair falling around her pale face, cheeks sunken, but her eyes, soft, brown, familiar. His voice cracked. Emma? Her eyes widened. Ethan? She blinked, trying to see if he was real. He knelt beside her. Don't move, he whispered, tears in his eyes. You came back. She breathed weakly. I never stopped looking for you, he said. His gaze moved to Lily, her face, her eyes, his chest tightened. Lily is mine, isn't she? He whispered. Emma closed her eyes, tears slipping out. I tried to tell you, she whispered, but I couldn't reach you. I thought you forgot me. I never forgot, Ethan said quickly. I was robbed. I lost everything. I searched for you for years. Emma sobbed softly. I thought you abandoned us. Ethan turned to Lily. Lily, he whispered. Yes, sir, she replied. He swallowed hard. My sweet girl, I'm your father. Lily froze. My father? Yes, he said. I didn't know, but now that I do, I will never leave you again. She looked at him, then at her mother, then back at him. Slowly, she walked into his open arms. He held her carefully, like she might break. I never had a daddy, she said in a tiny voice. You have one now, he whispered. Forever. Ethan stood and wiped his tears. Get the medical team ready, he shouted to his guards. We're taking her to the hospital now. Within minutes, Emma was carried carefully into an SUV. Ethan sat beside her, holding her hand. Lily and Sarah were guided into another car. At the hospital, doctors rushed Emma away. Ethan held Lily as she cried. She's not dying, right? Lily asked. No, he said. I won't let her. Later, the doctor came out. She has severe kidney failure, he said. She needs a transplant urgently. Test me, Ethan said immediately. Sir, you should think. I have thought. Test me. Hours later, the doctor smiled. You're a perfect match. Then take my kidney, Ethan said. Tonight, 2 operating rooms lit up that night, one for Emma, one for Ethan. Sarah and Lily prayed in the waiting area until the doctor returned. The surgery was successful, he said. Both are stable. Lily cried tears of relief. Emma woke up in a white room. For the first time in years, the pain in her body felt lighter. "Mummy, you woke up," Lily whispered, holding her hand. "What happened?" Emma asked weakly. "Daddy gave you his kidney," Lily said. Emma's eyes filled. "Ethan saved me?" Later, they wheeled her into Ethan's room. He was weak but awake. She held his hand and cried. "Why would you do this?" she whispered. "Because I love you," he replied. "And because you saved me first." Lily wrapped her small arms around them both. For the first time, they were a real family. 2 weeks later, Emma was stronger. Color returned to her cheeks. Lily sat at the foot of her bed, swinging her legs. "Mummy, you're smiling again," she said. "I smile because I have you and your father," Emma replied. Ethan walked in slowly. "Are my girls ready to go home?" he asked. "Home? Which home?" Emma asked shyly. "Not that abandoned building," he said softly. "You're never going back there." Outside, SUVs waited. They drove to a beautiful apartment, clean walls, fresh paint, flowers, guards. "This can't be for us," Emma whispered. "It is," Ethan replied. "I promised Lily she would never beg again." Inside, Lily ran from room to room. "Mummy, there's a sofa, and a shower, and a fridge. Daddy, come and see." Emma put a hand over her heart and cried quietly. "You already gave me something years ago," Ethan told her. "You believed in me. You gave me Lily. Let me take care of you now." The next morning, the doorbell rang. It was Sarah. "I came to check on Lily." She smiled shyly. "Auntie Sarah, come and see my room," Lily shouted, dragging her inside. Ethan looked at Sarah seriously. "I owe you," he said. "Owe me?" "No. Helping Lily was not about reward," she replied. "You fed my daughter when I wasn't there. You fed the woman I love through her child," Ethan said softly. "Let me expand your business. A bigger shop, better equipment, your own restaurant." Sarah's eyes filled with tears. "Say yes," Emma smiled. "You deserve it." "Thank you," Sarah whispered, crying. Months passed. Ethan recovered fully. Emma regained her beauty and strength. Lily went to school in a neat uniform. Sarah's small shop grew into a known restaurant. They had breakfast together often, Ethan, Emma, Lily, and Sarah, like family. One evening, after dinner, Ethan turned to Lily. "Can I borrow your mummy for a walk?" Lily giggled. "Yes, Daddy. Don't take too long." Ethan and Emma walked in the quiet garden. "I lost you once," he said softly. "I will never lose you again. You already gave me so much," she whispered. "A new life, a real home. It's not enough," he said. He went down on one knee. Emma gasped. Lily's voice shouted from an upstairs window. "Mummy, say yes." "Emma," Ethan said, eyes filled with tears. "Will you marry me?" Emma cried openly. "Yes, Ethan, yes, I will." He stood and kissed her forehead gently as Lily ran down, shouting, "We are a family, we are a family." Emma hugged both of them tightly. After years of pain, she finally felt what her heart had been searching for. Safe, loved, home. And it all began the day a tired food seller decided to feed one hungry little girl.